Hi there. If you're watching this, welcome or welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video or anything on this channel. Oh my god. But I recently made a post called about being a fangirl, which in which I was like using these images that you're seeing about right now here, and I was like, okay, you might know maybe if you're a fan girl, if you love culture, you might know a few of these, people, images or whatever. But I'm just gonna try to explain why I think I started with this. Because this magazine, or I mean, I call it a magazine, but it could be really called anything. But I call it a magazine because I'm a magazine lover. I love magazines. I've been loving them since I was like little, and the fact that they had like pictures of like people who I love, like musicians and actors and actresses and like, artists in general. I just love it. I've always loved it. I mean, they're pretty. Like, you open a magazine and you look at pretty pictures, and like you also learn a lot of like new information about them or about the movie they're doing, about anything really. And so I've always loved that, it's even better. I've always loved that better than watching, definitely than, reading like a normal school book, that's for sure. So, in this article that I wrote, I basically talked about my influences, like what make me be me, like since we're all little, I think we consume an amount, like a great amount of like media, and we don't do it being like, okay, I'm just gonna like do this, consciously. You do it unconsciously almost, because as a kid you don't think about what you're watching. You're just like, okay, I like it, I love it. So here to say the thing, to talk about it, like this is, I mean, I don't know it, but like this is Winx Club. This is a cartoon, like an Italian cartoon, that started like in 20. I mean, the show aired in like 2005, but the prep and everything was like some years before. But anyways, you might know this. You might have seen it somewhere. If you are a parent, like maybe your kid or some kid might have seen this somewhere at some point in life. I think this is one of these cartoons that are just like everywhere because it was so popular and it is still popular. For me personally, I remember watching it, after school. I came home and I would like have some milk and like some cookies or something, and this show was on, and I was always, always, always watch it. And it became so much that I remember, like, I live in Spain, so like here there were like little magazines with like, because this started like as a publication, like as the show in 2005, but they also like had like a comic kind of thing situation, but they released it in like different numbers. So I remember, keeping my money as a little kid. I wasn't going to buy like any candies or anything just because I wanted to like have a magazine of these girls. And it was like a treat. Like the month would come by and the time would come by, and I'd be like running to a store to like, buy this. And I've loved it. Unfortunately, when I move out so many times, I've lost it along the way, but I love it and I still love them. And I feel like they were the first thing that while watching I was like, okay, they're so cool. Like, hello, do you see them? Like, if you've seen like the show, especially the first three seasons, which I adore, absolutely adore those seasons. We have these girls who are like basically teenagers, and they're saving the world again and again and again. While the teacher, by the way, the teachers, I don't know, they should have done much better. But anyways, in this show, I love the fact that these are girls that are different and they come from different backgrounds, but still they get along. They love fashion. They love their classes. They love to dance. They love shopping. Especially Stella. Hello. And there's that's the community, that's the thing that made me love them. And of course the superpowers, because like, hello, the badass always. And I love that about this show. Now, if I watch anything else, I've had my, of course, everyone goes through like a anime phase. It started with like this show called Pichi Pichi Pitch. At least that's how I know it. And I will sing these songs that was singing like so much. And I will, at some point I thought I was a mermaid, but it turns out mermaid doesn't exist. So, but yeah, at some point in life when I was little, I was like, oh my god, they're so cute, they're so lovely. And this show has like a really cute and pretty visual, but like there's like really dark story about it, especially like this green siren over here. I'm not gonna give like any spoilers, so I'm just gonna go like and say like you should watch it. Like even today, if I were to watch it today, like the story of like especially her, it's so sad. And like there's also like an orange one. Oh my god, she goes through like hell literally. But yeah, this show will highly recommend, like if you have like little sisters or like brothers even, because like they're girls, but this show's for everyone. Like these shows are for everyone. And I think as a little kid you can like really see yourself in some characters, or maybe like see some traits in one character and another. And I don't know, I just love them. So you have this. I also think everyone knows this show called Nana. He has like this. I've never read like like the comic. I don't want to say comic, but it's not comic, the manga, sorry. I've never read the manga because I haven't found it anywhere. I mean, I haven't really looked. I was little when I watched the show, so I was like, okay, I'm good for the show. Maybe I should watch, like, I maybe I should read the manga. But anyways, this is also like a great show. It's like so cute at the same time, but like not so cute at the same time. The characters go through so much. And at the end of the day, I think this show, like especially fashion wise, shipped like a lot of things, because Vivian Westwood, like a lot of like Vivian Westwood inspiration is in here, because so I love it. You should also love it, by the way. I mean, let me place it better, because I don't know, I don't like the way it's been, it's placed right now. Anyways, also like this is like a thing, a cartoon that like a lot of kids watch. I don't know if it's like so like if you watch it, you're like, okay, the character looks like for like it's made for kids. I mean, obviously it's a kid show, but at the same time this kid sometimes will do things that I'll be like, okay, this is not age appropriate for a kid, honestly. And also like the dad and the mother, like the parents, will be like, sometimes the behavior will be like, oh my god, what's going on. So there's that. But it's really funny. So yeah, I do recommend to watch. But yeah, that was like my anime phase. I mean, I could like really talk about more. I mean, this show, let's say like this show, I remember, because I am not really a fan of football per se. I mean, I do watch it. It's like a popular sport that you have watched. Like anybody has watched football at any point in life. And I mean soccer, like Latin American football. So this show is about this kid right here, the first one, called Mark, and he loves football to death. Like he admires his grandparents so much. His grandparent, like, you know, for some reason, started missing when he was a little kid. And I don't know, he just, he kind of like inherit like his glove, because his grandfather was like, how do you say that? Uh, Gosh, I forgot the name of that in English. The goalkeeper. Yeah, he was a goalkeeper. So he's a goalkeeper. He loves football to death, and he's in a school, and he's like, I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna make the best team ever. We're gonna win everything. Blah blah blah. So it's the show where like football is kind of like the main thing, but at the same time, I think that the values that I learned myself as a kid about being a kid, like while being a kid, watching these kids go through go through so much just because of football. I mean, come on. Because the one in the left, if you're watching this, like I am watching this, the one on the left has a little sister. She's sick, and he feels so responsible for that. The one on the right was raised by like a maniac, basically, like a crazy dude. The one above, like on the left, also has like a duality type of thing. It's like you should watch the show, okay? Because if you've seen it, if you're a fan, you know what I'm talking about. Because this show, I started watching. I'm like, oh yeah, it's about football. Let's see how cute it is. It is cute. It has some cute moments, but at the same time, oh my god, the kids, like these kids, mind you, they should be like, they were like, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, 13 at much, maybe 14, top, like top 14. And they go through so much just so they'll be able to play football. And at some point, football even feels like a thing that they have to do in order to keep like peace in the world. Like that, it comes up to a point that you're just like, oh my god, like the stakes are so high for football, you know. But otherwise, it's like really cool. It's really entertaining. And what I learned about the show was like, I mean, I again, the values and the strength, and just being a kid watching this, I was like blown away. Honestly, I was blown away by all the things that I had to go through. And I could keep going on. Like honestly, everything that's here, like I don't know. Let's go through this show. This show was like the first real show, like the first like real character that I've seen when I was a kid. It's called Charmed, in case you don't know about it. These were the three main actresses at the beginning: Alyssa Milano and Holly Marie Combs, and oh my God, Shannon, who passed away. Um, Not recently, but like I think it was pre-COVID, or maybe like close to COVID. Oh my God, I forgot. But she passed away. Anyways, the thing is, this show, I mean, when I stumbled, because I really stumbled onto it, I was watching TV, and it was kind of these shows that they put like later at night, kind of like right before my bedtime, you know. So what I will do is I will have dinner, and you can like have dinner in like half an hour, but I will be like an hour. It will take me an hour to finish my plate, just because I was watching this and I was hooked to it. And I watched it like I think I was really maybe like a little too little for the show when I started kind of watching it like sporadically, but nonetheless I watched it like some years later. I watched the full thing like from season, because it has 8 seasons. So from season 1 to season 8, I was like, I'm gonna watch the full thing to really understand what's going on in the show. Because sometimes TV how they do it, like they put like season 1 episode 5, and the next day you're watching like season 6, and you're like, I do not understand what happened in the middle of everything. So I remember watching it, and my favorite was Elisa Milano. I don't know, as a character, I've always loved her. Also Holly. I mean, I've always loved like the three of them. Anyways, and then the latest season come Page. I mean, they're all called like with like P, like their names start with like P. So you got like Prue, who's like in the middle. You got Piper, who's on the right, and you got Phoebe, who's on the left. And they were like witches, fighting demons and try to live their lives. The amount of times their house exploded, really, I don't know. I think about it, I'm like, wow, the cost production of making and remaking and rebuilding that house must have been like amazing, like crazy. Also love the fashion in it, because like hello, there was fashionistas. And I love Phoebe, especially because I thought like she started kind of like as the underdog, because the two sisters at the right were like older, and she was the younger one at the beginning of the seasons. So she was like kind of like the rebel, the underdog, and she had to like kind of find her way through life and embrace it. And she was like a journalist. She wrote like a column about love and stuff, and I was like, that was actually the first time I ever thought, if I grow up, I want to be this, I want to do this job. So she kind of inspired me into that. Although I'm not doing it anymore. Of course, as everybody else, I had my Disney phase, so we got Shake It Up. I watch it like nonstop. I remember watching it nonstop. So when people right now are like, oh, Zendaya, I'm like, yeah, girl, I know Zendaya since she was like this little small kid. Um, Disney Channel was crazy, honestly, and the fact, like the clothing was really crazy. Also, like my main thing in Disney, I would say this show is an Argentinian production. Like this was all in Spanish. All the characters were in Spanish. But this show when like blew things over like proportions, because I remember watching it. I remember when it started and I was like, okay, I want to watch it, because I've seen the trailer and everything, and Disney Channel kept announcing it and everything. I think it started in like 2012, if I'm not incorrect. I will bet my life it was 2012 when the show aired. And it lasted like 3 seasons, but in the middle they make like world tours, literally world tours. I've never went to one of them because I was little and I couldn't go alone. But I watched the show and I loved it because it's kind of like the thing that made me realize that I loved singing and that I love music so much because I will sing to every single song and I would be in front of TV like make me on choreographies and singing the songs and feeling everything. And I felt like I was the main character because this character, she's called Violetta, and she goes to like a music school basically. And also there's a drama that she doesn't have a mother, she only lives with her father, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm not gonna give any spoiler. I mean, it's been it's been more than 10 years since the show finished anyways, but I'm not gonna give any spoilers, so in case you don't watch it, you watch it. So what I take from this show, as I said before, is the love of music. I discovered the love of music and the love of like singing like so much. I think before this show, I think I was like an average person who sang like maybe sometimes in the shower and that will be it. But after this show, I will not stop singing. Like I will not stop for anyone, for anyway. I will stop. I will sing at every chance I had. I remember like even in school, if there would be like a party or like an event or like we were celebrating Halloween, and they would be like, "Who wants to sing? Who wants to be uh on the podium?" And I'll be like, "Me, sign me in." So yeah, this show was my life for like 3 years when I was like 12, from 12 to 15 basically. So I'm graduated with like Disney Channel. And then like also I did really love some other shows like Jessie and like I didn't get into like the Hannah Montana thing really because it wasn't my, I was too little to like really appreciate that. But I do remember, I mean, I love Miley to death. I love Selena Gomez. I love Demi Lovato. What, Camp Rock? I did watch Camp Rock, by the way, a lot. And so here you could say like um this is what I'm fangirling over. Like this is a little bit a mix of like what I used to love and still love with what I love right now. I mean, since 2020, I started a little thing on K-pop. In case you don't know, K-pop is basically Korean pop. And the year was 2020. The pandemic kind of like, was there. Pandemic started. COVID-19 was a pain in the ass for every single body in this planet. And I was so bored and so tired of like bad news every single day. Like you will wake up, you will turn on the news and you will watch like new cases and new this and new that and new whatever. And at some point I shut down. Like I decided I was gonna shut everything down, and I wanted something so different from what I've used to watch and everything. So it all really started with like K dramas. I went on Netflix. I remember this clearly as day, and I don't know. I was watching like TV shows that were popular at the time, and there was like a Korean drama. So I started watching that, and then I watched another one, and then I watched another one. And by watching it, I remembered that um, I I did watch a music video in Korean way back in 2016. Um, a BTS one, by the way, called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I watched that music video, but I didn't remember the name. So then I tried to remember, and I was like, "What is the name of this thing? What is the name? I don't know." And then I remember going like in Google and like typing like Korean music or like most popular Korean music or whatever. And BTS were kind of like at the top of the list. And I put BTS on YouTube. And that's when, because I remember the video, like I do remember a frame of like literally Jungkook being floating in that room. So I was like, let me put this music video because I do think it's this one. I put it back and I was like, oh yes, it is this one. Like so between the first time that I watched it and when I really watched it for the first time, like again in years, it had been like 4 years already. It's incredible how the mind remembers things sometimes. So I watched that first video and then because it was 2020, so like they just made a comeback with like Boy with Love. So I also watched that with Halsey, by the way, who I'm a fan of, and I've been watching her in like 2019 when she released Manic. That album is amazing. So I was really, really, really obsessed with her, and I was like, wait, I know Halsey. I just know BTS. I'm a new thing into this, but I do know Halsey, so let me watch the music video. I watched the music video. V took me by surprise. I was like, who is this person? He's so handsome. And then I kept listening onto them. And there was a voice, like a recurring voice that I was like, I love this voice. I love this voice. I love this voice. Turn out is JK, Jungkook voice. So at the time, of course, I didn't know it was them. It was him. I don't know. I didn't knew anything about anything. So I just kept on watching music video after music video, song after song, and that's how I became a fan, basically. And during the pandemic, I remember going into the YouTube and they had the Run BTS thing, so I started watching that as crazy. I also discovered something called V Live, where they would go on lives and they would be talking and eating and everything, and I would be like, oh, these guys are cool. They're actually chill, and I will watch everything, and they're really really funny. Also, they're really really funny. So I will watch everything, and that's how basically I came up onto K-pop. And after BTS, it was just a matter of time. I came up to new groups. Like I started with Blackpink, and then it was NCT, and then it was EXO, and then it was, I don't know, like so many groups. So that today I could say I'm basically a K-pop stan, a multi stan, because I cannot, just love one group. So this is a picture of Ateez. I love them. The latest comeback, Bad, is oh my god, Sen. I'm a Sen. My bias in this group. Actually, the first one that kind of like made me like pick my interest in the group was Jongho. I get like this one. I don't know if I can. Let me try to like draw or something. This one here. Oh, come on. No, not that. Let me use this. This one. This one is called Jongho. So he basically, I saw a clip of him, cutting apples with his hand, like bare hands. He was like just cutting them into the, like he was opening the apples, okay, with his hand while singing. And I was like, who is this dude? Why is he doing this? What's going on? And that's how I got introduced to the group. Then I discovered a song called Wave, and this one, caught my attention like a lot. And I was like, oh, cute. And then I listened to this dude rap, and I was like, okay, 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 I'm in. And it was just a matter of time that my bias came into the picture, San. And I watched San, I was like, okay, okay, good, done. I'm a member now. Because I mean, this is all this is what it takes to be a fan. You watch something and you watch another clip and then you watch a music video. Also, like Say My Name, Halazia, Wonderland. Those are amazing clips. So I basically like started watching them like from the beginning, and I've been watching them and listening to them since, and they're really amazing, and the evolution is amazing. And here we got a little goddess called Hwasa is a solo, but she also a member of Mamamoo, which is like, I think, like if you think vocally speaking, like one of the greatest girl groups like in Korea. And I will say like in the world also, because like the vocals are like unmatched. Really, they're amazing vocally. So this is like more one of her recent pictures for the song. I'm gonna say cute maybe. She looks so cute actually, and I love this hairstyle on her. And she's one of these girls, like she's a neat girl. She's a neat girl. She knows she's a neat girl. Um, so I think this will be it. This will be it. I wanted to make this video, write about it and talk about this, because it seems that when you're a fangirl, you're not allowed to be a fangirl. And let me explain. Right now, let's say for example, right now the World Cup is happening. Men fill in the stadiums, and they are allowed to like shout out and to share and to be funny and to like have fun. But when we are the K-pop, like, and by we I mean girls and women, when we are fangirls, it looks like we are the crazy. Like we tend to be called crazy or manic or I don't know, whatever. And I am so sick of that narrative. Like I'm so sick of that. Like we as as women, as girls, we have the right to also be a fangirl of things, and that being music, that being shows, that being uh any sport, science, like anything we want, we should be allowed to be fan of that. It's not even being allowed. It's like we should be. Period. Like why not? Like why not? Honestly, for me, being a fangirl has like teach me so much. Like right now, you could ask me like what is the geopolitical situation of South Korea, and I will tell you that. But it is something I didn't know before. I love K-pop. You know, I learn about a country and his history, and I don't know, the culture and everything, and the food, and even like I am really trying to learn Korean just because of these boys, and just because I'm a fan of the music of so many groups and so many stars, that when they are talking, they're making an interview, I'm like, I want to understand what they're saying without the subtitles, because sometimes the subtitles are also wrong. So all this is to say that really being a fangirl, at least for me, has helped me so much to go through so much in my life. It has bring me joy. It has made me cry. It has made me discover myself, what I like, what I don't like, what I love, what I dream about. It has shaped the way I think, and like it helps me to be interested in the world, because at the end of the day, all these shows were made by people who dreamed of like having these shows out, and being bold and loud about it, and being yourself. Like all of these shows with the little, with different people, like this being made music, this being shows, characters, cartoons, whatever. You, like you watch it, and you at least I do, I am like really um like I really have like a lot of empathy. So when I watch the shows, I will cry with the characters. I will be in love with the characters, and I will celebrate with the characters when they're going through things. So that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna write a name here because that's what I wanted to do. I mean, I do, and I've talked about them. I don't know if I like should write anything, but I love the shows. You should watch it. Is it the shame like Disney is not longer a thing though? Because like that, I was like, what's going on? Um, I don't know what to put here. Music always and forever. I don't know. This is like a quote. It would be like having a t-shirt or something. Ah, so fun. But yeah, like we should have fun. We should allow, like we should celebrate. We should be a fangirl and not be apologetic about it. I don't know. And this is some of the things though that I love. I love so many things. So if you want to recommend me new shows, new artists, new music, new whatever, please go to the comments. And I don't know, any thoughts about this? Let me know, please. And this is Hwasa, and that will be it. I think that will be it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. I don't know if I like this format, the way that I'm like introducing things, but this is what I got for today. I'm gonna like go edit this, post it, because I need to post it, because it's about time, girl. And see you next time. Hopefully soon. Hopefully I will have another video up soon. Thank you very much for watching, for listening, and yeah, see you out there. Be a fan, girl. Be a fan, and be loud about it, and be bold about it. And yeah, have fun. We need it. The world needs it.